trip today. Are you ready?
Yes, totally.
So let's talk about traveling. Do you like traveling?
Definitely, I think seeing the world from great historical monument to wide sandy beaches is what life is all about. It's a very interesting way to learn about new culture and explore new places.
Great that you know you like traveling so much. So, what is your favorite type of holidays?
I really like going to the countryside, getting away from it all. Nothing relaxes me as much as wilderness, and I am tired of tourist traps and usually go off the beaten track.
And what do you do on holidays?
I prefer visiting various museums and places of interest. For instance, on my last vacation, I was to Rome and I visited 12 museums. It was fantastic. Of course, sometimes I go shopping with my friend or relative too, but I don't find it near as exciting.
What about your country? Are there many tourists visiting your country?
Probably yes. My country had different tourist attractions in many cities, especially the capital. For example, my country had old-time religious traditions. That's why we have a lot of ancient cathedrals and churches that are interesting for both tourists and local citizens.
Now let's move on to the next part. Can you describe a tourist attraction that you want to visit?
A couple of years ago, I went on a holiday to Paris with my parents. It's a very popular tourist destination since it has various places of interest such as the ancient museum and monuments. That's why there are always party of tourists. So we decided to go out of season in the autumn. Fortunately, the weather was great and we didn't waste any days watching TV at the hotel. It was a memorable holiday. We enjoyed a breathtaking views from the top of the Eiffel Tower and dined in cozy little restaurants. I would certainly recommend visiting Paris. It's a picturesque city.
Answers. Now I'm going to ask you, why do you think tourism is so developed now?
Well, because it's a lot easier to travel nowadays. You can choose charter flights and find various tourist hotels are all around the world, so you don't need to spend much money on the traveling. Moreover, you can book a trip via the internet, so you don't even need to leave home.
People go in travel now, so how do you think people choose their destination?
Well, there are lots of ways. For instance, you can search the internet for all the necessary information, or you can visit different travel agencies for more advice.
And the next question, what transport do you use and why do you use it?
Well, it depends. I usually reach my holiday destination by plane because it's the fastest and the least dangerous way to travel. However, flying can be a bit uncomfortable, so I also travel by train from time to time, but I never drive car on a vacation because I can't do it when I work and I would have a pleasant holiday otherwise.
And that was the last question. Thank you for your cooperation.
Thank you. It was nice to meet you.
Now let's begin. Today we will talk about books and films. The first question is, do you enjoy reading?
Yes, absolutely. A great way to learn something new is to produce a book. I'm so addicted to reading that there was one time a day without books made me feel so giddy.
I know that you like books so much. So can you tell me what's the last book that you read and did you like it?
The last book I have read is Mr. Sad Want to Have a Peaceful Life, written by Don, and I absolutely enjoyed it. At first, I thought it was just a normal comedic piece, but I was so wrong. The characters and the unraveling of the plot truly caught up to me.
And now let's talk about the movie. Do you like watching movies?
No, not really. If I have some free time, I would rather read an interesting book. Books leave a lot of space for imagination, while in movies, everything is spelled out for us. That's why I find films boring.
You do watch you do watch movies, and now I want to ask, how often do you go to the cinema with your friends?
Actually, I have never gone to cinema. Neither me nor my friend truly feel comfortable in a closed area with lots of people, so we always watch film online.
Thank you. Now we move on to the next section. Please describe a book or a film that had a strong impact on you.
The book that I would like to talk about is called Yumeniki, I'm Not in Your Dream, written by Akira. It's based on a game with the same name made by Kikiyama. Kikiyama's game plot was so good, combined with Akira's writing style, and it just made everything better tenfold. I read it from cover to cover in just one day and have read it several times already. The book is about a lonely girl who doesn't want to leave her room. Then one day, she goes to sleep and wakes up to 12 bizarre doors circle her. She decided to find out what's behind the doors. The plot then thickened, and when the mystery about the girls got revealed, I was struck to tears. It makes me amazed at how love can affect people, especially a mother's love. In general, the book was somewhat tear-jerking for me, but I still highly enjoyed it and could recommend it for anyone who's looking for a powerful and inspirational read.
Nowadays, ebook has risen in fame. So, what do you think about the impact of ebook on reading habits?
In my opinion, the most significant impact of digital books in our reading habits is that it makes our every reading experience hassle-free. As we all know, ebooks can be accessed conveniently. We can actually read whenever and wherever we please. Therefore, more and more people have the opportunity to gather information to learn. For example, in the past, people need to buy books or borrow them from the library in order to do their homework or to study. But now they can study without bothering to go to other places because all they need is their smartphone or tablet.
Thank you. And here's the last question. Why do you think cinemas are still popular today, even though people can watch movies in their home?
I believe that there are several reasons for it. First of all, watching a film on a big screen is a lot more fun than watching it at home. Not to mention the fact that you won't be able to see the movie on the DVD or online as soon as the movie theater. You will have to wait a couple of months for the DVD and the online version to release. Well, and moreover, a lot of people like the atmosphere of cinema with its half-light holes, popcorns, and sound effects. So today we will talk about advertisement. First of all, I want to ask you some questions. The first question is, where do you think we can see advertisement?
Nowadays, we can see advertisement almost everywhere, from little advertisement taped on the wall to the big billboard you can see on the building or on the street, and we can also see them everywhere on the TVs or when you are surfing the internet.
So, why do you think there are so many advertisements now?
The advertisement is so popular today is due to the benefits that it brings to the business of companies. By advertising, companies can attract potential customers, and the individual or the groups that have advertising it also get a share of interest. And for the customer, they can know what product that they could buy in the future.
Why do you think there are so many advertisements now?
People might like watching advertisement, but for me, I don't really enjoy it. When I watch a video or something on TV or on the internet, advertisement is like an interruption that badly affect my enjoyment when I watch it.
Now we will move onto the next question. Please describe an advertisement you remember.
So most of the advertisement that I have seen is from the internet. why most of them annoyed me, so I don't even bother to remember them. There are some that are intriguing, so interesting that get me interest and remember even until now. And one of the advertisement is about the candy. They advertise two types of candies that they sell. They talk about the characteristic and it was repeated many times in the video. But what makes the advertisement so special and so memorable is how they deliver it to me. They start with a normal story. A girl, her husband, and a man who seems like a third wheel. The girl loves the third wheel man and she is guilty about it, but the story plays out that way. But in the end, the twist happens. The man is in love with the husband, and the girl is like now the third wheel, and the men end up together, and that was so shocking. It makes the art so memorable and so interesting.
The next question for you is, do you often buy stuff from a particular brand?
Not really. When buying something, if not important, I just grab it. And but when buying something important, I check the review of various products, compare them, and choose what suits the most for me, not just from a particular brand.
So here comes the last question. When working or shopping, do you often accept advertising flyers or free samples that are offered to you?
When working or shopping, if I see an advertisement price or free sample that are offered to me, of course I would accept it. But people giving advertisement to me, I cannot say no to them because I don't want to see them feeling sad because I don't accept it. Maybe they don't feel like that, but it makes me feel guilty about it. But about the free sample, I will try it always. Just accept the food because free sample may help a lot in the future when I want to buy some similar product to see the quality of that.